G'day mate and welcome back to Capital History with me, Jetty. Over the last couple of episodes we've been working on water, we've been working on hydrogen, and we've been working on reactors. And today I need to work on trains because there's a number of other things I need to take care of, but mainly I need to take care of the trains. I need to get the train network extended, I need to get moved out to the far ends of the island so I can access more resources, mainly gold. Because of course gold is the most important resource I can get my hands on, and therefore I need to ask you, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like, I like to borrow a like in the video. Not happy with the video, didn't enjoy the video, well, no matter what, I'm not sharing any gold with you. So first thing I need to talk about is the complete lack of trees. Well, actually no, first thing I need to talk about is this box here. Nope, this box here. This box here has been emptied plutonium, which means hopefully the radiation will go away. I have a feeling it might not because we just have an awful lot of radiation on the island, but it means I can rip up that. I have one truck assigned to that, which is going to be the last truck to remove the last of the resources, and with that done, well, other trucks will come and dismantle this box. As for this box here, it's full of fission products. Fission products are eventually going to decay and end up this box, at which point they'll get moved across the island and they'll get processed over there. On top of that, I'm going to need to have at least one extra housing, so can we get that started? All right, next thing I need to talk about is, well, the complete lack of trees, as you can see on the island. I don't have nearly enough saplings, so we need to take care of that problem next. Can I get another farm? Can I put the farm over here? I'm going to put the farm as close to this stuff as possible. I'd like to fit in a second farm, but that means I'd have to move those pipes, but I'm not ruling that out in the future. I need to have you at least one tile away and facing that way, please. Yep, right there, please. No, over one more tile. Thank you. And can I get two pipes? I'm going to hunt a very skinny pipe to bring in water, that goes there, and a very skinny pipe to bring in fertilizer. Can I get all of that belt, please? And can I get the farm belt? On top of that, you're going to need a belt. Can I just get a Mark 1 belt that's going to bring out our saplings, and I want to run it down here. I want to run it as close to... It's going to be one more tile. Can I come out to there? Okay. I want to run it as close to everything else as possible, and I want to dump it into this box with all the other saplings, and then we can have all the trucks move around the saplings. Hopefully I get a second one in the future. Same time, I also want to move this tank. This tank is nothing but a buffer tank, and I'd like to be buffering the water over here if I could. Can I get a Mark 4 pipe? We're going to go off the top pipe, down here, and off the bottom, well, off the tank back to there. Can I get that buffering, please? And can I also get a tank right behind it? And you, sir, are going to be buffering, not that, you'll be buffering this instead. So can I also start buffering fertilizer? Because at the moment I have a surplus of fertilizer, but there's definitely going to become a day when I don't have nearly enough fertilizer, because it all depends on our slag shipments, and therefore I want to be able to buffer up some of that stuff. Can I set you to be fertilizer 2? Can I have an alert if you are less than 75%, which is going to turn it on straight away? Also, can I stop buffering water right here? Because there's a chance I might be able to get another farm in right beside this farm. All depends on that corner and moving some of this infrastructure out of the way. So we're going to start buffering up fertilizer. That's going to be fine. This says I have a low amount of uranium rods. That's just an alert that's going to sit there forever. I don't need to have that alert anymore. All we're going to be doing is shipping the rods over here and running them in these reactors. That is until I get another fast spreading reactor up and running. Next thing I need to talk about is the lack of tofu. Lack of tofu is caused by a lack of soybeans, which means this farm, okay, these two farms on the end don't have 4 ingredients, but I can't put soybeans beside soybeans. So can I move potatoes to there? And can I put soybeans here? And can I put corn there? And can I put soybeans here? Okay, hopefully that increases our soybean amount, and hopefully that alert goes away, and therefore I have enough tofu to feed the people, because tofu is almost food. It's mainly, you know, sulfur and slag, but it has some soybeans in it. All right, with that done, I also need to talk about trains. So trains-wise, I now have... iron ore is running completely on hydrogen, sand's running on hydrogen, limestone's running on hydrogen, coal's running on hydrogen, bauxite's running on hydrogen, uranium ore is running on hydrogen, copper is running on hydrogen. The only ones not running on hydrogen currently are the rock trains. The rock trains pick up rock from, well, the main drop off here. They also pick up rock from here, except I do believe, yep, this still has the same problem that all my copy and paste seem to have, which is they're not facing the right way. And it's also meant to pick up rock from right here, which I accidentally deleted. Can you pick up rock from there? Can I have you back to full of products being rock? Okay, also picks up rock from there, and it takes all that rock out to the rock unloading. Rock unloading dumps it into this box. These two trucks take care of that and dump it everywhere they possibly can, and give me access to this island. This island has a little bit of iron, a little bit of coal, a little bit of limestone, a little bit of copper, a little bit of titanium. Also has more water and more oil, all of which I'm going to say yes to. Also, I want to take a moment and talk about the limestone guys. Limestone guys are about halfway through, roughly, currently, and they are now dumping materials out here because we've made a connection to this island. So we're going to have those trucks start dumping across here. So maybe I can get a shortcut across to here. All right, so that's where they're up to. Research-wise, we're doing vehicle limit number 5 because that's the most important thing that I need access to right now. And the next thing I actually want to do is I want to start putting the boats on hydrogen. Why the boats and not the trucks? Because if I go look at fuel usage and we say the last 100 years, because that graph is probably a little bit easier to see, and we look at vehicles. Vehicles are using an awful lot of fuel, and they also use fuel randomly. They move here, there, and everywhere, and sometimes they have very short runs, sometimes they have very long runs. As for hydrogen, well, currently we only have the trains on there, which is using not a lot, but as for the boats, they're much more regular. So what I want to do is this reactor. This reactor is only actually running at half speed because I actually have enough hydrogen in the pipe currently. But what I want to do is I want to go to my hydrogen pipe, which is actually hidden around under here. Where are we? Right there. And I want to take that pipe and I want to bring it. Where's my diesel going across? My diesel going across is right here. Can I bring you to... sure. Yep, to there, and then to here, and then under all of this, because it's much easier if you keep your fuel pipes right beside one another, which is going to be my plan across the whole island. I'm going to try and keep the hydrogen and the diesel pipes right beside one another. And can I come to height 5 at this point, please? And then can we run straight across here? Because these are going to be the two boats I want to swap across to hydrogen first. Yeah, that's our water pipe's going to be my way. Screw it. We're just going to go around, and I need to go to this tile, and then over to... No, you got to stay at max height, and then drop into that tank. Okay, can I get you built? This is going to be the first boat I want to swap across to hydrogen, because it's using an awful lot of diesel. This is going to be the second boat I want to swap across to hydrogen, and that means I want to grab a pipe from here and bring it to... height number 5, please, and then can you drop into that tank? Okay, I want to have both those boats swapped across. I'm not going to swap them across yet. What they need to do is they need to empty their current diesel that they have in them, and then we're going to swap them across. So I need to have that prepped and ready to go. Also means that, where is this pipe? This pipe here, which is the pipe Mark II. Can I have the feeding pipe be upgraded to a pipe Mark III? Because that is also taking our diesel across, hydrogen across to our trains. Also, I've just realized you're not accessible. Can I have a large bucket? That tile. Can you copy your settings to there? And can I get a Mark II belt from here to here? Okay. Can I get that done? That's the sulfur for if other people need to have sulfur. Otherwise, all the sulfur gets sent to acid. And it's sort of important that, well, I have access to sulfur for other places that need sulfur. All right, so that's the first thing I want to do. Second thing I want to do is we're already taking hydrogen across to these trains. I do have, like I said, 2 trains that are still running on diesel. One of them is the rock trains. The other one is, of course, Jetty's double ender, which is coming up here to get the slag. The good news is there's no slag for them to get currently, so I'm just going to pause them. They don't need to do anything, and that means I get a couple of workers back. All right, population is still having a small radiation problem. It's fine. They don't have to come back. Uni is now under control, even though I do not have of the supply. Household appliances up and running. The box is full and I'm slowly storing up on electronics, and that means we can possibly turn that back on if I need the uni. Currently, I don't really need the uni, but I am running research efficiency number 5 to try and get research happening as fast as possible. All right, next thing I want to do is I want to unpause these guys, ready for a rocketry program. I want to unpause these guys. I also want to unpause all of this, all of this, all of that, and all of the aluminium. So when it comes time to get the rocketry program back up and running, we can get it back up and running because we're going to need to have that up and running fairly soon to get more research done. I need to access the space probe. I also want to get the next tier of recycling unlocked, and I'm going to need to unlock asteroid boosters. For all that sort of stuff, I need to have more fast breeding reactors up and running, and that means I need to have this little section filled in, and it's not filled in yet. Okay, next thing I need to do is I do need to access more of the train, access more of the tracks. I also need to talk about vehicles as well, because we're researching the vehicle limit number 5. Well, vehicle limit 5, which is going to give me more Diggy Boys, because I have a small problem with Diggy Boys. If I go look at upgrading Mega Diggy Boys, and we go look at where they're located. So, at the gold mine, I have 4 of them. 2 of them are digging sand, 2 of them are just removing rock. They're not really doing anything important. I can spare these guys if I have to, but honestly, digging up the sand's probably not hurting at the moment. Coming back to coal. This coal tower is just about done. They are scraping out the last of the coal right here. Can I get a... can I have a look? You are... 4 tiles. Okay, can I have... so that's 4. I need to come in at about a 0. So can I just have a flat dig right there? Can we remove all of this? Can I remove all of this? Can I also remove all of that? And also that bit. With that done, that should be the last of the coal. There is some coal in the mountain right here, which hopefully we can pick up as well. Also, they've been doing a fairly good job of filling in behind themselves. So can I get that filled in? Can I get that filled in as well, from there to there, and also from there to there? Yeah, can we get that filled in too as well, please? And these sections here can get filled in the future. Can I have that go... no, remove. Can I have that go down 1 tile, and flat across the bottom, just because I want to get that every scrape of coal out of the island if I possibly can. All right, so back to upgrades. Can I look at... so I have 6 Diggy Boys here. They're almost done. When they're done, they can move on to different projects. Some of them are going to have to move to the other coal mine, but we'll get to that one shortly. Limestone. Limestone is actually the ones tunneling through the island. There's only 3 Diggy Boys here. I could probably spare some, but I'd prefer not to, because I really want to get that hole done. As soon as that hole's done, then of course I can spare them, but till then they get hard working on that. This copper mine, I have 6 Diggy Boys, which are not stuck, I hope. Not stuck yet. They have some sort of path, but not a lot of a path. Good. All right, so I have 6 Diggy Boys here, but also I have a problem that I am constantly out of copper and copper ore. As you can see, these buckets are empty, so I sort of need to have more copper running, so I can't really spare any of those guys. Limestone over here, I have 4 Diggy Boys. I can definitely spare 1 or 2 of these. You're doing limestone, you're doing limestone, you're doing limestone, you're doing limestone. Can I have you do rock? Can I have you do dirt? And can I have... okay, no, can I cancel? You've only got 14 limestone, you've got 16. Sure, can I cancel you? Can I move you? Can I have one of these other guys do... no, you're going to have to stay on limestone. I need 2 on limestone, and therefore I can have 1 on rock. Okay, so I found 1 Diggy Boy. Next one is the iron and the copper mixed tower. This one I can't really spare anybody. This is supplementing my coal, my copper when I need to, and I have to do this manually by just digging a little bit at a time, because I definitely don't want this blocked with copper, because this is my only iron source. So I need to make sure that we keep this bucket, well, at least the back bucket full, preferably the other bucket have a little bit of copper in it at all times, because it's supplementing my main copper. Next off we have coal mine tower number 2. So this one is not really digging coal. They're just, well, removing parts of the island that need to be removed and tidying up as they go. They are funding some coal, which means this does get supplemented in over the other coal mine. And as soon as the other coal mine's done, I'm going to have to send some Diggy Boys over here to get more coal out of here. Next, beside that, we have bauxite. Bauxite, as you can see, is fully backed up at the moment, but that is because I'm not launching any rockets. As soon as I start launching rockets, I'm going to start going through bauxite a whole lot faster. This only has 3 Diggy Boys. I cannot spare any of them, so that doesn't really help me. Uranium's over here. These guys are hopefully, no, can I have you do rock, please? Can I have you do rock, please? Can I have you do rock, please? You can also do rock. and you can do rock. These guys are hopefully clearing out, well, the top layer here. We have uranium here in the middle, but everything else has trace amounts of uranium, and their job is basically get as much rock as possible, and then dump the rock right here so we can get to this limestone when I need in the future. Next up, we have titanium. Titanium only has 3 diggy boys. They're just about done flattening this out. Once they're done, I then need to scoop down, because a lot of the titanium is obviously hidden in the island, filled with sand and other things as well. I also need to obviously fill out here a little bit more, because there's more titanium here buried deep under the sea. All right, next one is quartz. Quartz is all the way over here. This has 4 diggy boys. What I do want to do is have them start digging down. Most of my mining teams have automatically have 2 assigned to, well, normally on a diggy team, I have 2 diggy boys, one assigned to stone and rock, and the other one assigned to dirt. This team should have at least 1 guy assigned to rock. You're assigned to dirt, you're assigned to rock, you're assigned to quartz, you're assigned to quartz. So yes, I have 2 dedicated to rock and dirt, which means they should come assign themselves over here once they finish, well, with the tile that they're currently working on and they get reset. And then I want to have them dig down, because the quartz is in the ground fairly deep. We're just going to head straight down for the moment, and we'll work out exactly what depth I need to hit when I get close to the middle. It looks like, can we just do a quick count? So it looks like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So it's about 20 tiles down, which means, can I go to -20? No, I want to have that one on, and I want to have that flat at -20. We'll see if that hits the bottom or not. I might need to go down a couple more tiles to actually get to the bottom of it. And yeah, they need to dump all the rock in the sea wherever they can, so I can access all the other quartz that's obviously under the sea. All right. Next team I have after that is the special ops team. The special ops team is basically clearing out, flattening out this area. They are also taking what resources they can and dumping them in the sea over here to get access to the limestone. I do have 1 diggy boy that I can help send over here, and possibly I could send some of these guys over if they stop digging up too much uranium. I need to keep the uranium full and running, although we're not using nearly as much uranium as we were before. Now we're running on fast-breeding reactors. The fast-breeding reactor system is basically self-sufficient. We do still have some of the old reactors running, and until I filled in this, well, I need to keep those reactors running, and then they can burn out what fuel they have remaining. I have been asked to explain how this works, and actually I need to go check those tanks. You are still full, and you're still full. Okay, and you need to do another trip, and I need to get you out of here. Oh no, I need to flip that pipe. That's my problem. And I need to flip that pipe. I need to flip that pipe. And I need to flip that pipe. Yep, and that pipe. We're just going to drain all the diesel backward, and therefore you're not going to get any more fuel. And then I'm going to be able to slowly swap these guys across to using hydrogen instead. All right, back to the reactors. Actually, no, let's go look at one of these reactors. So these reactors all come with this little section on the end. This is something I built a long time ago, and due to the way the balance is set up, this is set up to make a neutral amount of water. So if you guys are running using 384 water, that all gets turned into depleted steam. That depleted steam gets run through desalinators, which are all positive, so they take in 24 and output 33, and the excess is run through a couple of cooling towers that take in 96 and give back 72. What this system does is this makes a not quite a neutral system. It's about a positive 6, 10, 15 water. So it means that if you half fill a tank with water, you can then hook up this system, start running the reactor, and the tank will eventually fill up to be completely full of water. I don't recommend you take any water out of it, because you might end up in a situation where you don't have nearly enough water, and then bad things would happen in your nuclear reactor, leading to a meltdown. But the way this is set up is it becomes neutral on water. What I have over here with the hydrogen reactor, the hydrogen fast breeding reactor, is this is also water neutral. So of the water that goes in, well, of the water that comes out of the reactor, being currently 48, I can't run it any faster because, as you can see, it's running off the limit occasionally because I do not have enough hydrogen being used. We do get some depleted steam being returned out of this. The depleted steam heads over these guys, which then make a positive amount of water. We also have the cooling tower. The cooling tower is, if I have too much steam in the system, we can then vent some of that steam off and turn turn it back into water, but at a loss, and also have a couple of thermal desalinators over here, which are running on super steam, because super steam is the main output out of here. But this means I produce enough water in the system to make sure that these guys can run, and also I can have enough water to put it back into the reactor and run the reactor again, and make sure that I can store and produce a whole lot of also hydrogen at the same time. So this is how this one works. It's a combination of thermal desalinators, a cooling tower, and the balance in the correct order, doing the right thing. That's pretty much the best explanation I can give you for right now. But yeah, it's one of the blueprints I put a little bit of time, a little bit of effort into, and I should probably be able to put together one for a bigger reactor running at full speed, doing 384 power, well, 384 steam, and therefore making a crap ton of power. Can I turn on that as well? That's probably not a bad idea, because I really don't want to have any reactors melt down. Okay, so what we need to do is I didn't have these tanks run out of diesel. So you're already empty diesel, which means I'm going to hit cancel on you, and then you're going to fill up with hydrogen. As soon as this one empties as well, can I get an alert when you are empty? Can I also get an alert when you are empty, and an alert on you when you're empty? You're going to need to have no, you cannot visit, and you can't visit, and you can't visit. Perfect. I do need to wait until these are empty so we don't have to try and drain the tanks. I'd much prefer it if the ships go and do the draining of the fuel, and then I can pump the hydrogen over here, and we can start running the hydrogen into the boats as well, just so I can use a little bit more hydrogen and save a little bit more diesel. Also means that when I produce some more trucks, then in theory we can make them run on diesel, and the diesel we're saving here I can then use on those trucks. All right, next thing I need to do is I need to get a train track. I need to get a train track past this area, because I'm going to want to tap this iron eventually. I also need to come out to this copper and tap this eventually. Right behind it we actually have more quartz, and also a sandy beach that I'm probably going to want sometime in the future when this quartz mine runs out. But more importantly, I need to have the gold. The gold does need to have a gold sorter, and I need to come to here. Can I copy this, because this was doing our gold, and I'm going to want to put this over here somewhere. So the best place for me to put this is flip it like this, and it's going to be probably right about here. So I need to have this filled in, so obviously we have some way for the trucks to get into it. So can I have that filled in, please? And that means I should be able to place this right about here and bring the belts out the front. The belts that come out the front, I'm going to need to process the gold somewhere. I'm probably going to end up processing it right here, because I just need somewhere to process it, honestly, and there's just not enough room on this island. So we're going to have to run a little belt to get from there to there. Can I cancel you as well? And you're then going to fill up with hydrogen. Okay, you are about to do another trip. You're not going to have enough diesel in here when you get back. No, you need 471. So after you've done this trip, you can then come back one more time, and then you can drain what's in the actual shipyard, and then I can swap you across to hydrogen. You have this tank still has a little bit in it. You are using less diesel per run, so I'm going to have to wait a little while for you to be done. All right, back to here. All right, so what I need to do is I need to get train tracks over here and also train tracks through here. So first thing I want to do is grab a bit of train track, and I want to attempt my best. No, actually, first thing I want to do is I want to delete the pipe. Can I remove that diesel pipe? Can I remove that diesel pipe? Can I remove that diesel pipe just to get out of my way? And therefore, hopefully I get these train tracks run through this area. Okay, so I want to grab some train tracks, and we're going to be running, well, beside this machine to start with. So can I go through here? Now, it's not going to be dead level just because, well, I have no choice. Can I also get you locked to 30? Because I want to have the trains be able to accelerate and run at full speed. Can I get you come out to here, out to here? Can we cut this way? I need to leave enough room for the other track to get through here as well. So can I come to, okay, can I come to here and then probably here? Then can we go just straight across, and that'll get us out to here for the moment. To get through here, I really need to mine this copper as well, which means I'm probably going to have a copper sorter here and then do gold processing beside it. I also need to have the loading and unloading stations and all that sort of stuff. Okay, over here, I have provision made for a rock station. This is not going to produce a lot of rock, and it has a whole place in the sea to dump it right locally. When we get to the iron is going to be into the mountain, and that rock I'm probably going to want to put into a rock station. I'm going to be using this station rather than a brand new station, and therefore I don't need to make a provision for having a rock station here. I do need to make sure this track goes this way, and then hopefully I have some sort of Spacing, can I go, in theory, these tiles? Okay, can I come through here? Can I come to here? Can we have a curve, please? And then, no, that's too much. I need to go here. And then, in theory, to be this tile. And then, high autosave. Can I go to here? Can I get that corner in? It doesn't have the right spacing, but that's fine. I can live with that. Can I then come to... can I have you come back a little bit? Can we go to... Okay, I want to go no, T. Okay, I want to rotate that way. Can I come to there? Can I bring this out to here somewhere as well? We're not going to be too worried about building this just yet. What do you mean you can't find any valid? What? It want to go forward, it want to go backward. Okay, can we just stop there then? Oh, can I remove some of that? All right, can we try that again? Can we go from here? Thank you. To here. To all the way out to here. Okay. All right, so that's that part of the track put in. I obviously need to, well, have some sort of unload station here. We can work that one out later. I also need to connect into this. So to connect into this, I need to come probably from here and come probably... can I rotate you around? Yeah, probably there to there. I need to come up this little hill. Hello? Actually, can I go a little bit further? And can we come up the hill here? Yep. And then I want to hit this piece of track. Okay, the track's going to be going the wrong way, but I can fix that later. Can I... Yeah, okay, that's about as tight as I can make this corner. Okay, can I put you there? Alright, can I get train tracks? Can we set direction? Can I give you a flip? And therefore, I can plug this into here. Okay, well, that's one track done. Then I need to have the other track. Also means that we're not going to be taking the track this way. Obviously, I do not want to go past the quartz mine that I'm about to make into a giant hole. So, can I get... Oh, can I get the other track, which has a pipe in the way? Can we remove the pipe? You go to here. Yeah, can I just remove that entirely? And then hopefully I get track out from here. Yeah, I can. Can we come to here? Can I go to here? Can I come up the hill? Okay, and then that's too wide a turn. Okay, so can I come a little bit further? I still need to get up here. Come on. Okay, you want to go up there. Can we go even further? Can I go up here instead? Yes. Okay, I can go up here. And then can I go to... I think that tile's correct. And then there. Okay. One track is a little bit wavy, but that's okay. Can I make this one go close to the other one? Can I bring you to here? And then can we go up this section as well? And therefore... forward a little bit. Therefore... okay, you don't want to plug in. That's fine. Can I remove that part? And can we pause the game so you don't have ghost belts fall over or ghost tracks fall over, because that'd be the worst thing. All right, so that should fix that. Can I put a pillar in there? All right, I do not need this piece anymore. So we're going to have that get picked up by trucks, purely because I cannot afford the uni to start playing with having me uni delete things. I do need to have a loading station here for iron. We obviously have the boxes right here, and that's extra 5 vehicles. Okay, can I put that down? Can I remove that? Can I remove that? And can I put this? We have a track coming in. Okay, track coming in, I can hopefully get coming from that side. Can I put you here? All right, can I have this with the tightest turn possible come around to there? All right, can I get the in track? The in track is that track. Okay, can I have that splice off here and come... I don't want a height 6, I want to have height 3. It needs to be height 3 to go under that track. And then can can I get that plugged in there? Not the best corner, it's not the worst corner. Can I bring this? Okay, can we go straight to ground level? And then, can I get that plugged in? Okay, that will probably do me. It will slow down the train a little bit, but that's okay. For the moment, I'm going to copy the sand station because it has pretty much all the infrastructure I need. I don't need that pipe, and I don't need that belt, and I don't need that belt, and can I put this as close to this as possible? Okay, can I have this come to here? Okay, yep, right there, please. Thank you. Can I put this attached to that, and then you need to get out onto this track. Okay, so this I should be able to bring up to height 6, hopefully. Can we come to here? Okay, no, can I go backward? All right, can we go from this point back to here? And then, actually, I will settle for that perfectly. Yep, that'll do me. All right, so this will be a future iron station ready for this mine when it's up and running. Also means that I'm going to allow the trucks to build, well, this section is 24 uni, this section, no, this section, which is 13 uni, that one's 16, that one is 17. I'm going to let them say pause on you. I want iron. And can I have that copied to all your friends? Can I also, no. Oh, that one. Okay, yep. That copied to all your friends. Can I have the trucks come build all of this? And, okay, this line here. This line here, I'm going to intentionally put a cut in it right about here. Because in theory, I want to go straight, but I'm not completely sure. And therefore, I want to have the trucks come build this, because this is 187 uni. I can build it with uni if I wanted to spend basically all my uni in one hit. All right, truck can't reach the destination. Yeah, you guys are definitely stuck. Cool. Can we get a mass recovery operation happening so you guys can get unstuck? Cool. You, and you, which is definitely going to slow down our copper mining. Can I get one extra tile here so you guys can actually get past in the future? And can I also go to this, change you to cancel? Thank you. And can I get from here? Can I get 5 extra diggy boys? I'm gonna make them. I'm gonna make them hydrogen. Yeah, I'm gonna make them hydrogen. Okay. Can I get 5 mega excavators? All right. Because yes, I need more diggy boys. That's the main thing I need. I need to swap you across the hydrogen as well. I hit that button, and then you're going to disappear, and then you're going to come back. You'll then have hydrogen in you. Meanwhile, I can't get this to start putting hydrogen in here. I do have 800 hydrogen in the tanks, but I'm limited by this pipe. Can I get this pipe upgraded? Because I really need to have that boat leaving, because if I back up on slag, bad things happen. You still have a little bit of diesel in you, and a little bit of diesel in here, and diesel in the actual shipyard itself. Come back, ship. You should be retrofitted by now. Please. There we go. So you now have hydrogen, therefore we can flow hydrogen here. As long as I have enough that you can get a full load of hydrogen, being at least 566, but you'll get that instantly from the shipyard, and then you're going to be good to go. I don't need that to be a pipe 3, but it can be a pipe 3. All we're going to do is empty these tanks quicker, and also means that technically this station doesn't have diesel anymore. I'm not worried about the station having diesel because it's for the slag train. The slag train we will worry about sometime in the future. All right, fuel stations out of fuel. Yes, they are, because I didn't rerun this pipe. Can I get this pipe to run from here under these tracks, because trucks can't drive under these tracks anyway, because I just can't get in here. Can I run this to here, and then can I actually plug it into this one instead? Okay, can I get you built? Can I get you flipped? Can I get you flipped? And can I remove that one? Cool. Then this pipe goes through to this station. From this station, I do need to have this pipe connect to this pipe again. Come on. Come on, but oh, actually, no. I want you to go around that, because I do need to get trucks into here to drop off dirt and quartz and rock, etc. Can I get that to come to there and then plug into there? And can I also plug in this station here, which is going to be for the iron when we start mining iron? Can I get U-built, and U-built? That should take the diesel fuel all the way through to the end again. This is going to take a while to get built. I'm not too worried about it, but that is why I want to have the trucks doing it, so at least they have something to do. Whilst our new diggy boys, no, you're low on hydrogen. Yeah, that's going to happen all the time. Can I turn that off? And can I turn, you don't have an alert on you. You need to lose that alert as well, and I need you to leave. Well, we don't need the crude oil yet, so you won't leave. All right, so we have a couple of boats now on hydrogen. I do want to put more things on hydrogen as time goes on, but I'm also going to need more reactor. I'm going to need more reactor power to make more hydrogen. This is probably going to be the first station I want to swap across to hydrogen. So or the first set of diggy boys, can I get a hydrogen fuel station? I dump you right here, and can I take fuel from this? Not really. It's sort of built in. Okay, can we remove? Can I just remove that pipe outright? That's gonna be the quickest way to do it. Okay. Can I come here? I don't want to pipe 3. Pipe 1 will be heaps. Can I come underneath and come out to here? So then we can bring the pipe down and into there. So you can actually get hydrogen right here. And then can I continue this? Preferably... Okay, it's going to have to go... Okay, can I pipe from here? Okay, you're going to have to go to height 3, go right underneath that, and then across and into here. Okay, can I get U-built, and can I get U-built, and can I get... U-lot built as well. All right, so this is going to be our first station. It's going to be running hydrogen. It also means that this is going to be the first one that I'm going to be setting up on hydrogen vehicles. And where is you? You. Okay. One thing I do want to do, or I do have to do, is I want to flip that, and I want to empty this. Okay, so can I... you... Yep. And then can I set you to be hydrogen? And can I set you to be filled? And can I empty what's in that pipe, please? And what's in that pipe, please? Also, this pipe's no longer needed. That's needed for the smaller depot. And then you should be hydrogen going forth. It does mean this fuel station's not going to get fuel anymore unless I reroute the pipe. This is a hidden pipe under here. That is where the diesel normally comes in. So can I just remove this to here, please? Thank you very much. And can I have that go to there? As I have a connector on it. Connector on it means it will get hydrogen in it, which is not going to work for me. Can I remove that pipe? Yeah. Okay. Can I flip that? Can we run that? Well, preferably not. Can I run that through here, please? To this tile, to that tile. Press F so you run past things and plug that in there. Okay, so you're gonna still have diesel for the moment, and hopefully I get some hydrogen delivered over here. I need to set you a much higher priority so it actually happens, because we only have hydrogen in one spot, being right here, and the little trucks are very busy. Chicken food's not enough food. Really? Yeah, we're out of animal feed. Okay, cool. I'm going to have to slow down the amount that people are eating, which might lead to a uni problem, but hopefully it doesn't. And I'm going to need to find small crops we can plant. Can I put potatoes in there? Oh no, we're low on fertilizer. We're low on fertilizer because you had a delay. Yep, you had a delay picking up slag and getting swapped over, but that's fine. You now swapped over. You just went for another trip. You still have at least 2 more in your tank. And in the meantime, can I just get some taters put in all of these, which should give us more animal feed going forth. And hopefully I don't have any more fertilizer problems. Can I get that done? All right, hopefully that's enough. You are doing saplings. Saplings are now full in the box and are being dispersed, hopefully. No, because I just don't have enough little trucks to get anything done. We have only just 23 of them, and 23 of them is not nearly enough. Tree harvesters. Okay, one thing I do want to do to save on some trucks is cut each one of these back by 1 truck. So you I can't cut back because you're on the other side of the map. Can I go to that one? Can we have 1 truck each? And that just frees me up some trucks on the map to get some things done. Can I have you have 1 truck? And back to you. Can I go to this one? 1 truck, and then we need to cycle through them all again. You're the next one. Hello? You. 1 and 4, 5, 6. No. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, no, that is everybody. All right. So, no, some of them still have. Somebody has to have 2. Okay, can I? You. Cool. All right. So, 8 and 10. It should be 8 and 9. Okay, there's you. There's you. There's you. There's that one. There's this one. There's this one. There's that one. There we go. Found the other one. Okay. So I have the only guy that has 2 trucks is the one over here on the other side of the island who is busy clear cutting this area. The only way to get this done is the only way to get this done properly and not have the trucks decide to wander halfway across the map with the wood is to have this in a forestry area. It does mean that because all these boxes are very full of wood, I do have trucks driving all the way across the island currently, which is not something I want to have. Also have too much gold scrap because this is not being emptied. Okay, you need to be like a high priority. And that's just the fate of the world. Because I have trucks driving across the map to do the wood deliveries or the wood pickups, not a lot of things are happening elsewhere. Can I go to 12 months? Can I turn off that and that? And we can see, yeah, 5 jobs doing this, 5 jobs doing solar cell delivery, which is fine because we're still building out solar network. Everything else is probably pretty fine. We're just looking for unit storage. 6 steel, which is both trains and also medical. Also, there's going to be a bunch of gravel and train tracks being delivered. 23 for train tracks because I'm trying to get all this built. But with all that said and done, I'm going to be leaving this video here. Those could probably just have an extra support just to make sure. Can I put 1 support here? And no. Okay. I'll put a support here and no. Okay. So I just lucked out and they just happen to be very far away from any supports. Okay, can we get rid of those? And gold scrap will get taken care of. You've just been emptied, so I can cancel you. It does mean after this ship's done its drop off, it will then be, can I cancel you, add you back to our list and add you as well. Does mean after this ship's done this drop off, it's not going to have enough fuel in it, so it means it gets swapped across to hydrogen as well. This reactor is still running at half speed. I'm going to crank it up to level 3 because I do need to see this tank fill back up. But more importantly, I have removed this little section here that was making us extra hydrogen. So currently the hydrogen is coming from either that reactor or from our oil refinery processing oil, and it's just a little bit of hydrogen that it produces naturally that gets dumped in that tank. It's mainly coming from the fast burning reactor. Also, it looks like the trees are doing a little bit better. Not perfect, but are doing a little bit better. Obviously, I need to have the trucks being less active driving across the map, delivering materials, which means I need to get this hole dug in the map. But I also need to have those extra vehicles available so we can start swapping things across the hydrogen and also just have generally more diggy boys out and about. But with all that said and done, I'm going to be leaving this episode here. In the next episode, I hope to get the rocketry program back up and running so we can rebuild the space station so we get the next lots of research done. Also, hopefully, we can have these train tracks built and then we can start looking at new gold processing plus new copper pickup plus a new iron mine, providing and have enough diggy boys that actually assign them to these tasks. But that's all going to take a little bit of time. With all that said and done, I'm going to call this video here. We are just about out of coal, which is another team of diggy boys that I get to free up as well. And that might get us over the line for the amount I need for projects coming up ahead. But with it, like I said, with all that said and done, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you in the very next video. All right, bye.